ABC 10 News at 5 starts right now.
All regions effective immediately are no longer in the stay-at-home order.
Local businesses and the owners, they are surprised after learning that Governor Gavin Newsom lifted that stay-at-home order just hours ago. The move now allows restaurants and other businesses to reopen with modified operations. We'll tell you why business owners say it will be a while until they can take advantage of it.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
And good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson. I am joined remotely by my co-anchor Lindsay Pena. We're going to be checking in with her shortly. But first, we are tracking that heavy rain, the hail and the snow all making way for extremely windy conditions as the first in a series of winter storms hits San Diego County. Our 10 News Pinpoint Doppler Live is also fired up and tracking when the remnants of this storm will move through your neighborhood tonight. From the mountains to the coast, we have a team of reporters fanned out throughout the county. They are covering all angles for you. Let's begin with our ABC 10 News reporter, Jennifer Kastner. She's live in Ocean Beach, where the pier there has been shut down for weeks after being damaged. Jen.
The OB Pier remains closed tonight. It's been shut down for the past 2 or so weeks after it was badly damaged from the high surf. And look at what that high surf is doing tonight out there. Those massive waves just pelting the pier. Over here on the beach, we've got a few people brave enough to be out here walking tonight, but most of the people we've seen going along the sidewalk here have been hurrying, trying to get inside as fast as possible because of these extreme winds.
Several trees came crashing down Monday from dangerous gusts of up to 60 miles per hour. The intense wind carried on throughout the day following the overnight storm that hammered the county. In Kensington this afternoon, a palm tree fell, missing cars and homes. Earlier, crews worked along North Torrey Pines Road to clear a giant eucalyptus tree.
And then I heard loud bangs or pops, like somebody slapping a tree or something.
Adrian Trujillo lives in Spring Valley, where another tree toppled over.
And as I'm looking outside, I just see the whole tree start falling, and then it just landed on top of all the cars.
That intense wind also causing this carport to collapse onto about a dozen cars in Point Loma. Some neighbors said the sound woke them up. No one was hurt. After sunrise, blustery conditions brought hail to several parts of the city, like in San Carlos. Just after some of the heaviest rain fell earlier, a semi-truck on the 805 North in National City hydroplaned and then crashed into a car and jackknifed, causing the semi's fuel tank to rupture, leading to a hazmat situation and lane closures for hours. The drivers didn't appear to have any major injuries.
And crews are expected to be out here sometime this week to start surveying the damage on the pier. Reporting in Ocean Beach, Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
All right, Jen, many parts of San Diego County also saw snow today. Our ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons is live in Julian, where despite the problems it causes, the snow is a welcome sight for families and those business owners there. Jared.
Yeah, Steve, Julian has already seen more than 3 inches of snow today, and right now it is cold, it is windy, you can see the trees shaking in the wind, and it looks like another storm and more snow coming this way. But that's good news for businesses here, because they say this downfall of snow brings a deluge of business.
Lisa Van Westerhuizen paused her paper route to move a sign off the highway. She says this storm made her job take 5 hours longer than normal.
Well, didn't want to see an accident. You know, there's already people coming up here that don't know how to drive in this weather. The last thing they need is an obstacle in the middle of highways.
Driving conditions were slick for most of the day, with chains required and plows going back and forth to clear Julian's main streets. Even businesses kept sidewalks and gutters clear, so no one slips while walking.
I think we've been at it for about an hour and a half or so.
And in the parks, families built snowmen, made snow angels. For the Perez family, it was 3-year-old Valentina's first time seeing snow.
She loves ice to eat it and drink it. So she was trying to eat it, and I go, hey, we're gonna see a lot more snow. So now it's like snow's falling, which she's never seen before. So it's amazing. It's just amazing.
Snow tourism is essential for Julian's economy, especially during the pandemic. A week of storms will bring people up the mountain for days to shop, eat, and stay.
How much is a slice?
Julian may be covered in white, but people who live here see green.
The cider's on, the caramel apples are ready. Come on in.
Now, to give you an idea of how busy it's been here today, the Julian Cafe and Bakery just down the street from here, they sold out of their pies by noon today. They had to make more to keep up with demand. But the people who live up here have a message for anyone that's planning on coming up the mountain this week. Be respectful, stay off of private property, take your trash home with you, do what you need to do to make sure that tourists and locals enjoy the snow. Live in Julian, Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
So very important to be respectful. Luckily, those businesses are getting a lot of business. Jared, thank you. We are continuing to see those blustery conditions across the county, and more rain is on the way. Our meteorologist, Angelica Campos, is tracking what is left of storm number 1 right now. Angelica.
Hi, Steve. We actually got a little bit of hail here in Oceanside. I got to record a few videos. I tried to get it in my hand, but it would melt so quickly. So I shared a few photos. Make sure to check them out on our social media platforms. Our storm is right over Vegas, and all the bands wrapping around it will continue producing not only showers, but also possible thunderstorms. And as you can see here, as we get a little bit closer, mostly snow. I even got a couple of emails. Could it snow even in areas like Alpine? Alpine is close to 2,000 feet. And yes, we could see a wintry mix. It's already getting very close to it right there on the 8. So very slick conditions are expected. And as we switch this over to our pinpoint Doppler live, you can actually see a thunderstorm that came through Oceanside producing some of that hail is now moving east towards Vista, and heavy rain that's coming down right now in Escondido and Valley Center. So more showers, possible thunderstorms, and most certainly slick roads with more snow overnight.
All regions effective immediately are no longer in the stay-at-home order.
California is lifting its stay-at-home order, paving the way for restaurants and other businesses to reopen with modified operations during the pandemic. As ABC 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco explains, the move comes with improving trends.
California is still seeing a record number of COVID-19 deaths, but Governor Gavin Newsom says the worst may be behind us.
All regions effective immediately are no longer in the stay-at-home order.
That means San Diego County goes back into the most restrictive purple tier. Restaurants and gyms can operate outside. Hair and nail salons can open with restrictions. The governor says the state's 4-week projection shows ICU capacity will be well above 15%.
We also look at community transmission rates. Remember, ICU is a lagging indicator. What's happening with positivity rates, case rates, community spread really is the forecast that gives us confidence.
The governor says the statewide positivity rate of 8% is also encouraging.
We're faring better than more than half the states in the nation. Florida, and I compare some larger states here, Florida, Texas being notable large states.
Political opponents and some business groups criticize the timing of the announcement. Former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer tweeted, "A new day, a new erratic COVID rule." Supervisor Jim Desmond believes the recall against Newsom is a motivating factor.
Well, what happens when you mix politics and medicine, you get politics. So I think that definitely had some input.
Yeah, that's just complete, utter nonsense.
Desmond also believes the shutdown orders went too far.
There's still a lot of employees that are out of work. Maybe if we were able to go to 25% indoors, that would be a much better option for.
Desmond says he'll ask county supervisors to allow indoor operations at more businesses at their Tuesday meeting. Rachel Bianco, ABC 10 News.
Most of the state is still in the most restrictive purple tier. Well, in the last 90 minutes, other county supervisors made it clear that while we're seeing some reopenings, we still have a long way to go until everything is back to normal.
We need to stay safe in order to stay open, and we want to continue moving through the tier system in the coming months while we simultaneously administer vaccines and get out of this. And so we still have to wear our mask and wash our hands, physically distance from non-household members, and avoid high-risk settings.
Nathan Fletcher says we have to keep taking action to stop the spread of the virus if we're going to get more reopenings in the next few months. And the news that the stay-at-home order is being lifted surprised business owners across our county. And as ABC 10 News reporter John Horn explains, it will still be days before many can take advantage.
Nicolo Angius got a text from his business partner Monday morning. It said the governor's stay-at-home order was lifting.
Some say like, oh, no, I'm not going to believe you this time.
But then he turned on the news and saw that the rumors were true. His restaurant, Point Loma's Cesarina, could resume outdoor dining because San Diego was being upgraded to the state's purple tier of coronavirus restrictions.
I see it as, the people who are in charge giving a shot to the restaurant industry and saying, okay, we understand your struggle. You can reopen, but, do it right.
Angius says at takeout and delivery only, Cesarina may get 25% of its normal sales on a good night, but it may not be until Thursday or Friday before diners can eat on one of its new patios.
It's a big machine that we have to oil up again, get all the prep started.
I wish we could just put the lights on and everybody rolls in, but it's more complicated than that.
The same can be said for Carrie Davis Duffy's two salons called Guy Route. She has to get upwards of 60 employees back to work now, order the necessary supplies, and start booking appointments to hopefully open later this week.
We're excited and we're wondering, did the numbers change that drastically? It just seems out of the blue, but we'll take it.
She says her goal now is to get everyone back to work so they can provide for their families. John Horn, ABC 10 News.
Under the purple tier, restaurants can serve outdoor only and salons can operate at limited capacity. Gyms must remain outdoor only. And here's a look at the latest on the coronavirus in San Diego County. More than 1,400 new cases were reported today, bringing our total to over 228,000. There were no new deaths reported today, which is typical for a Monday. More than 2,300 San Diegans have lost their lives to COVID-19. Well, new travel restrictions are going into effect in the U.S. this week in an effort to stop the spread of COVID-19 variants. It covers Brazil, the U.K., Ireland, and 26 countries across Europe. Also, most U.S. non-citizens who have recently traveled to South Africa won't be allowed back in. Also, starting tomorrow, all international airline passengers must show proof of a negative test before boarding a plane to the U.S. The UK variant of COVID-19 has already been detected in at least 22 states. And you can follow any developments surrounding the pandemic by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.
The article of impeachment against former President Donald Trump is in the hands of the Senate tonight. The House sent it over just a short time ago. Trump is accused of incitement of insurrection for encouraging his supporters to march on the Capitol this month. The ensuing riot left 5 people dead, including a Capitol police officer. The trial is set to start February the 8th, and at least 17 Republicans would need to vote to convict.
We will move forward with the trial. It will be fair, but it will move at a relatively fast pace.
That conviction, if it happens, could lead to Trump being barred from running for federal office ever again.